completely destroyed by Hurricane Iniki. Remember, that was the year 1992? Guess what the day of that hurricane was? That was 9/11. This is a rainy valley too, so as you look around, chances are you'll see little waterfalls in all different kinds of directions. Of course, as we swing around, you'll see it sneaking back to our left. You didn't really think I was going to leave you out, Deborah, did you? I think they're sleeping. So the Robinson family bought this land in the 1800s for 50 cents an acre. It's 52,000 square acres. It's worth billions. On top of all that, it's preserved land too, which means it's non-taxable. That's the same family too that also owns an island called Ni'ihau. We'll see that here in a little bit. And Bruce Robinson lives up here. He's a pretty humble guy. He actually chooses to drive home most times, but he could do it a lot faster. It turns out that helicopter that was in Jurassic Park, that's his helicopter. I'll show you right where he lives. It's easy to find. All you gotta do is look at that ridge furthest up ahead of us, right? But follow it to our left. See that white dot on the cliff out there about 10 o'clock? Only thing that's not green? He lives right there. Got a nice view. So this next big valley approaching up ahead of us here called Olakali was a wedding gift to the Robinsons from a family called the Knudsons. They're the guys that created the tree tunnel. They own as far into the valley to the right as you're going to see up here in a moment, all the way out towards the shoreline to our left. My guess is it's pretty clear on the horizon too, so as you start looking out there in the distance to our left, let's call it about 10 o'clock, chances are you're going to see a long skinny island out there in the distance. That's the one called Ni'ihau. Not many people live there anymore. It's all pure-blooded Hawaiians, maybe 70 people now. You can see it right below the cloud line out there. The long skinny one. Hey, see what I mean? Nice wedding gift, huh?
Yep, that's it.
This is not what you think right here. This is not Waiman. Not yet. We got to fly over the Robinsons property line first before we get to that. And I'll show you what that looks like. But you'll notice that town way off to our left out there where the river goes out, that is Waimea town, but you have to drive through the town before you get to the canyon. I'll make the property line real easy for you too. So there's a few little dirt roads we're going to cross over here. On the final one, there's a little fence running along it. As soon as we go over that, we leave Robinson land after all that time, and we're going to go right into state land. Now what you won't see is that this same road up here goes to a cabin up in the mountains they own. Everything in the mountains to our right is the Alakai Swamp. That's the highest swamp in the world. It's the home of the koa tree. And you guys can find that real easy when you drive up in the canyon later. You just look for a tree that has a leaf that looks just like a sickle. They're all over the place. That's the road straight ahead of us here. It goes up that steep red hill to our right there. So as you look down here in a few seconds, you're going to see it right below you. Right as we cross over this, we leave Robinson land finally. Oh, and we're going into state land. In fact, it should be passing beneath you right about there. Now we're on our way to Waimea Canyon. Most of you driven up in the canyon already?
Not yet.
Oh, yeah,
Doing that
just,
later this week.
Gotcha. Started off with a couple of days of Mai Tais and beaches. I get it. All right.
Later, I have a long day yesterday.
Well, that road is along the cliffs high to our left up there. It's called Highway 550, all paved and twisty. Definitely want to drive to the end of it too, because it goes all the way to Kalala'a Valley. That's about halfway down the Nepali coastline. That's an amazing view. This is the first place you really see the state tree too. See these trees around here look like broccoli? It's that bright green color. So that's called a kukui nut tree or candle nut. In fact, if you know what a buckeye looks like, it looks like a miniature version of that. Everything is so red because Kauai's high in iron, and it's the oldest of the Hawaiian Islands. It's 5.5 million years old. The Big Island is the youngest, that's 800,000 years old. We fly in all the Hawaiian Islands. There's 2 bases on the Big Island, Kona and Hilo, plus Oahu and Maui. If you plan on hiking the canyon, definitely the easiest trail to remember by name. It's called Canyon Trail. It goes right up to a waterfall I'm going to show you called Waipo'o Falls. Honestly though, you'll see the waterfall better from the road than you will of the trail, and I'll show you why that is.
Do y'all have like a CTAF out here for everybody else?
Exactly, yeah. You guys are blocked from it, but all I hear is constant chatter in my headset. They're reporting altitudes and positions, yeah. The only place we were controlled airspace is when we were leaving Delta there at Lihue, yeah. If you look high into the mountains to our right, you'll just start to see that Waipo'o Falls coming up. So this is about a 1,000-foot waterfall now approaching. The trail's actually located on the left side of that upper waterfall on the slope, right along the tree line. So if you see the little dots on that cliff up there, they're people. That trail's about 1.8 miles. You guys should be able to knock that out, no problem. It's maybe 10, 15 feet wide. There's no guardrail, drops straight off the edge. You don't see it with me, but there is another waterfall behind that top one. Trail goes right to it. That one you can go swimming in. So far, it looks pretty sleepy up there though. Not seeing a whole lot of people on the trail. Maybe a couple at the top of the cliff there. About 12 o'clock right now. Now you don't feel it up here, but it's a little bit colder. So we lifted off at the heliport at about 75 degrees. Right now we're showing 64. This is also why up in the mountains I'm going to show you there's this reservoir up here where you can go fishing for rainbow trout. Remember, everything you see in the mountains to our left is the Alakai Swamp. It makes up a huge part of the island. In fact, if you didn't fly around Kauai, in the end you only see about 20% of it. When you see the other helicopters, you realize how small we are in comparison to everything around here. Now, because it's pretty clear on the horizon, you still might be able to see the island of Niihau out here, but maybe you'll see a smaller island that looks like a pyramid that's actually shaped like a half moon. It's an uninhabited island called Laihua. It'd be virtually straight ahead of us here. Maybe the cloud lines are right on the edge of it right now. Yeah. You'll see the road, 550, past beneath you both sides, right on the edge of the cliffs here. There's where you trout fish this reservoir coming up, called the Pu'ulua Reservoir.